A city stands on the edge of destruction. One warrior charges through thousands of enemies as armies scatter before him. Troy's greatest prince falls beneath his spear. A grieving king dares to enter the enemy camp and kneels before his son's killer. Then, when victory seems certain, a single arrow ends the life of the most feared warrior in Greece. How did one man become so unstoppable that his name survived for nearly 3,000 years? According to Homer's Iliad, Achilles became the greatest champion of the Greek army during the Trojan War, yet the battles that made him famous were never the true reason his name survived for nearly 3,000 years. Hidden behind every victory was a secret that would decide not only how he fought, but how history would remember him. To uncover that secret, we have to go back to the beginning. Long before the walls of Troy echoed with war, Achilles faced a decision that would define his name forever. According to later Greek tradition, his mother Thetis knew two futures awaited him. One promised a long, peaceful life, forgotten by history. The other offered unmatched glory, but a life cut tragically short. Achilles chose glory. When the Greek kings gathered to sail against Troy, he joined them with the Myrmidons, an elite force fiercely loyal to their young commander. From the moment he stepped onto the battlefield, stories of his courage spread through both armies. The Trojans feared his arrival. The Greeks believed he was their greatest hope. Yet the war that would make him immortal was about to test something far greater than his strength. As the war dragged into its 10th year, victory seemed no closer than when the Greeks first arrived. Then everything changed, not because of the Trojans, but because of a bitter dispute within the Greek camp. According to Homer's Iliad, King Agamemnon took Briseis, the woman awarded to Achilles after an earlier victory. To modern audiences, it may seem personal. To a Bronze Age warrior, it was a public attack on honor. Rather than obey a king who had humiliated him, Achilles made an astonishing decision. He refused to fight. Without their greatest warrior, Greek morale collapsed. The Trojans seized the opportunity, driving the invaders back toward their ships and bringing Troy closer to victory than ever before. Watching the Greek army collapse, Patroclus could no longer remain behind. He begged Achilles for permission to wear his armor into battle. The plan was simple. If the Trojans believed Achilles had returned, they would retreat long enough for the Greeks to recover. Achilles agreed, but warned him not to chase the enemy to Troy itself. At first, the deception worked. The Trojans fled in panic, but victory tempted Patroclus to press forward. Outside the city, he faced Prince Hector, Troy's greatest defender. The duel ended with Patroclus lying dead upon the battlefield. When the news reached Achilles, grief destroyed the anger that had kept him from the war. Now only revenge remained. Achilles returned to battle like a force the Trojans could not stop. According to Homer's Iliad, warriors abandoned their positions as he carved a path toward Hector. Outside the gates of Troy, the two greatest champions finally met. Their duel decided more than personal honor. It would decide the spirit of both armies. Achilles struck Hector down with a single fatal blow, yet victory brought him no peace. Blinded by grief, he tied Hector's body behind his chariot and dragged it before the walls of Troy. Only when the elderly King Priam secretly entered the Greek camp and begged for his son's body did Achilles remember mercy. His greatest victory had become his greatest burden. With Hector dead, Troy lost its greatest defender. The Greeks believed nothing could stop Achilles now, but the legend of Achilles was always connected to destiny. According to later Greek traditions, Prince Paris finally faced the warrior who had destroyed Troy's hopes. Unlike Hector, Paris was not known for strength or courage in direct combat. Instead, he used a bow. Ancient legends claim an arrow guided by Apollo struck Achilles, ending the life of Greece's greatest champion. Whether every detail belongs to myth or ancient storytelling, one truth remained. The warrior who defeated countless enemies could not defeat the fate he had chosen. Achilles was never promised a peaceful ending. From the beginning, his legend was built around a choice: live a long life without fame, or die young and become unforgettable. He chose glory. His final moments transformed him from a powerful warrior into something larger than history. A man who lived for only a short time became a symbol that survived thousands of years. The greatest victory of Achilles was not conquering Troy. It was becoming a legend that even time could not defeat. Achilles became unstoppable not because he could never be defeated, but because he accepted a fate no other warrior would willingly choose. According to Greek tradition, he traded a long life for everlasting glory, knowing the cost before he ever stepped onto the battlefield. That single decision transformed him from a legendary fighter into one of history's most enduring heroes. Nearly 3,000 years later, the greatest victory of Achilles is not remembered for the battles he won, but because the choice he made ensured the world would never forget his name. The real Trojan War remains one of history's greatest mysteries. Archaeology reveals the world behind Troy, while Homer's epic preserved the warrior who captured the human imagination. Whether Achilles lived exactly as legends describe or not, his name remains a reminder that heroes are remembered for the choices they make. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to AY Megafacts, and let us know in the comments which civilization you want to explore next.